Hi, welcome to another video. So, as you know, I've been uploading videos on dealing with panic attacks, anxiety, fitness, gym. So, and also importantly, a little bit of how to deal or the techniques I've learned over the period of years to manage your mental health much better, right? And in today's video, guys, I just wanted to share a story which basically made me grounded, made me humble, and not to overthink any of the issues which I think was created by my mind, my monkey mind. And here I'm speaking about overthinking, especially from the field of what the psychiatric field calls rumination. So you ruminate things, you can't come out of it. You are in like a pulled into a quicksand, right? Some sticky thoughts comes in and you want to come out of it. It doesn't happen just like that. Sometimes you may need a support of medication. Sometimes you have to learn NLP. But in today's video, especially, I wanted to share a story which possibly may help some of you to switch the equation of how you look at all these things. So this happened about 4 years back due to an event, an external event related to one of the very famous popular celebrity film stars, Young. He passed away, okay, and he was one of the very fit guys. So at that point in time, people who are in the spectrum, maybe any of you watching this, who has diagnosed or having issues with anxiousness, health anxiety is what you call the psychiatrist, right? So we start to connect to things and we start associating with everything's okay with us, everything's fine. And anybody that time, many of them had undergone, just like COVID times, lot of issues related to health anxiety. So because of this event, I started connecting because I was very regular at the gym. I was very fit. I worked a lot on my health and ensure that it I started a gym, going regularly to the gym, because I thought more than the physical benefits, the building muscle and having athletic physique, it was helping more for your mind. So when this incident happened, I started connecting and felt that okay, even if you go to the gym, anything can, you might start connecting that just like what happened to that film star, it might happen to anybody, and you start thinking if everything is fine with me. And one fine day I felt a pulsating feeling, and then put the BP monitor to check if everything's okay. And first time I put in the BP machine was showing around 145 to under bar 90, and I said, "Oh, if everything is fine with me." After half an hour again I taken, the moment it crosses 150, I just pull the machine and throw it, the BP machine. Systolic by diastolic above 150 by 90. As the it goes higher and higher, I just got panicked and threw it. So after that, for a month, I went again into the same. After many many years, I had this another incident where I went into a whirlwind of anxiety problems. Okay, and I had to connect back again to my psychiatrist to help me settle down and gather my thoughts for short term. So in this video, what I want to share is a small incident after that, maybe about 1 week after that, uh, where I went to the ground for a jog, regular jog, because even my sleep was disturbed for many weeks, and I wanted to exhaust myself to sleep. I thought, let me get tired and go to sleep. And as I start jogging in one of the grounds in my place, in my native place, I am from Mangalore. So as I jogged in the ground, it's a big ground, and initially I started slowly, and I started again, as you know, checking if everything is fine, if pulse is okay, your tension is okay in the body. And if I run fast, will my heart cooperate? As you know, these are all the typical traits of how an anxious person is geared up for thinking to ensure that everything is fine and safe. So as I jogged one round and the second round, I observed a man, a homeless man, at one corner of the ground. This homeless man, he was lying there, maybe two bags with him. One bag he has taken support under his neck. Maybe he's not had a shower more than 2 months. Torn clothes. I just observed him, and when I looked at his eyes, he was just lying there and just looking at the sky. The third round, when I went across again, I observed him. He has not changed his posture. He's still looking at the sky. And at that point in time, I switched my momentary problems, kept it aside, and start putting myself in his situation. This guy is homeless, not sure when he had his last meal, not sure if if he has health concerns, serious health concerns. Definitely he might be having some concerns. He doesn't have a luxury to run to a hospital within 10 minutes. Maybe he as doesn't have the money to check his health, whether all their parameters are correct. Neither he has access to good food, basic food. Maybe a simple meal will give him like a five-star feeling. And I may start wondering myself, when this old man who is homeless, not having shower for months and struggling for a meal, nobody knows what the blood pressure is, and neither he has access to the hospital, considering the situation, has absolutely no chance, something called overthinking. Whereas here I was, where my brain is telling me repeatedly to check if everything is okay with me. I have, God has blessed, at least in a position to put me in that position to have access to anything, whether it is to the hospital, to the psychiatrist, to the clinic, to the medicine, if such a thing happens. And why my brain starts creating, why am I overthinking so much? What is it that? And the moment I start thinking in those direction and expressing gratitude, and on the subsequent days, as and when these symptoms come, as and when I want to think that if everything's okay, I just start thinking about this person and help me humble myself and express gratitude to the creator that I am in a better position. Many of us are. So why worry? Of course, I'm not disregarding the mental health issues. There are many people who live that way, with even if they have a lot of health challenges, they don't care. But in this case, there is no necessary for me to overthink, and at least think of that old beggar there and think that I shouldn't be overly concerned. And slowly over a period of week, my symptoms disappeared, and within a month I quit my medication. In that duration, I taken 3 months of medication to settle down my mind with racing thoughts and insomnia, and 3 to 4 months what I've taken. So this small incident opened my eyes and made me give me gratitude and thanks to the creator, and not to overthink, or at least offset when such thought comes by having this person's picture. So you can always think yourself, when you put in your situation, when you are going through extreme issues in life, think of somebody who is having a lot more issues right now than you are. So that will help you to get into more of a gratitude position, express gratitude, and just thank where you are in life. So this short story I want to share, guys. I'm sure if somebody it helps you, you can just leave a comment whether this story helped and at least change the perspective whenever you have a concern. So this is all I had to share in this video, guys. I'm Charles D'Souza. I have recently started putting YouTube videos out there because I had my own journey of highs and lows, and I'm out of it for past many years because of things I've learned, and I want to share those through the YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next.